You ready for this? This is my favorite story. Here we go. Western Hemlock is thrilled. Why, you ask? You probably are wondering why. Aren't you wondering why, Thomas? Mm-hmm. Was thrilled because Western Hemlock has heard that Mother Nature, I'm going to use Mother Nature, you can fill in again, whichever creator you would like. Mother Nature is going to come the next day, and the Mother Nature is going to hand out all of the cones and all of the leaves to the conifers. Western Hemlock is like, yes! Yes, I'm going to be first in line. I'm going to get the biggest cones. I'm going to get the longest needles. I am going to be like, everybody's going to want to know me because I'm going to be really pretty and I'm going to be awesome. I'm going to be super cool and I'm really, really stoked. I'm so stoked because, okay, you young people, when you're really, really stoked, what do? You throw a party. You throw a party. That's right. So he is like a rager, like double kegger, right? I'm talking. It was like, and everybody was there, like even like Coulter Pine came up from California, and like, you know, it's like it was crazy. Sitka Spruce came down from Haida. It's like everybody was there, right? It was having a great time, and he's booking, he's like, woohoo! Mother Nature's coming, yeah, right, okay. And you know what happens when you're really excited and you've maybe had a little too much? What happens? Come on, y'all know. Pass out! Yeah! You pass out. Oh my gosh, you pass out. He wakes up in the morning and he woke up late. Oh no, I'm late. He runs. And sure enough, the line is a long, long line, and there's Mother Nature up there. So he does something that, you know, we all do. He's like, God, maybe if I just go off the side, maybe I can just kind of cut in, right? Just go off. Mother Nature, of course, sees all. No, Western Hemlock, no, you go back to the end of the line, you showed up late. Gotta be at home. Goes up the other side. Mother Nature, I've had enough of you, she says. I want you to go sit on that rock over there, and while I get through all these other trees that have showed up on time, and when I'm done with them, I'll deal with you. And sure enough, they all go through. Ponderosa left the party early. Ponderosa Pine showed up on time. Ponderosa Pine has some of the most beautiful long needles in bunches of three that of any of the pine trees. That Coulter Pine I told you about, he came all the way. There was no way that he was going to pass out and not be in time. Coulter Pine down in California has some of the biggest cones you've ever seen. They're about this big and they have cool spikes on the ends. But even Cedar was there. Cedar said, no, I don't want needles. I want these cool, beautiful, right behind you, cool overlapping scales. That's what I want. And I want amazing little cones that look like rosebuds. Cedar arrived on time. And so all of these trees went through, right? And they got all of their leaves and they got all of their cones. Even Western Yew got special little berries instead of cones, right? They all arrived on time. And then it was the end of the day. After a long, long day, and there's Western Hemlock sitting on his rock, getting more agitated. And then finally everybody dispersed and Mother Nature said, come on over here. Okay. And she says, I don't have anything left. But, and she reached down And she scooped up the needles that had fallen on the forest floor, and she said, I will hand you these, I will give you these. And that's why when you look at the hemlock, that's why he has the shortest of needles. And they're put on kind of haphazardly, as if they were scooped up from the forest floor and given to him. They don't actually come out in any clear pattern at all. And she said, and then I have these little cones that have fallen down here too. I will give you those as well. And that's why Western Hemlock has some of the smallest cones that you can find on any of the trees. And if you've ever wanted to know and recognize and meet Western Hemlock in the forest, you can always recognize him because he has learned his lesson through this experience of being humble and feeling perhaps a little ashamed, and he hangs his head. And so every hemlock that you'll ever see, the top of the tree hangs over. As if remembering that humility that he learned from Mother Nature on that day. And that, my friends, is the Western Hemlock story.